I am Shrikant Watwe. I will be talking about our UK tour. Now, the UK tour, which started from the first place, then to Belfast, and from Belfast, there was a flight in the evening or afternoon, you can say, and it took about 1 hour to reach the place called Inverness. Now, why this place is called Inverness? Because Ness is the river which flows through the city. There are bridges over that, and Inverness, in the sense there is a very big, you can say, water body which makes the way through this place, and therefore it is Inverness. It's a beautiful place to visit. We got down at the airport. There was a vehicle waiting for us. It took us to the railway station. The hotel which we were staying was very, very close to the railway station, but the hotel was old, had a beautiful structure. The first photos that I will be showing you in this presentation itself are of the hotel. The As soon as you enter, you see the hotel, whatever is the staircase and all those things we could see. And then after seeing this beautiful hotel, we checked in, we placed our luggage. It was already evening, but then since we were to have dinner, we went out in the city. And in the city, we went through some streets, very important streets. We could see the Ness Bridge. So this bridge we just crossed and came back. There is a suspension bridge also, which usually only walkers can go. Even if a bicycle has to come, it has to be lifted in the hand and carried. So there is a beautiful bridge there. And our next day tour was by the Timber Bush. This Timber Bush is a company which organizes tours. 2 or 3 of our tours were by Timber Bush. This Timber Bush, you can say the company had its pickup very close to the railway station. We had to just go through the railway station to be reaching our vehicles. The vehicles were there. We went in the vehicles. Some had bigger vehicles, some had smaller vehicles. So we were in a small vehicle. The vehicle took us around the city, along the river Ness, along the coast of the river Ness, and then they took us to a farmhouse. This farmhouse was an interesting place. There were cows there. So the persons who were in our vehicle, or you can say the timber bush persons, they had brought some food for those cows. So they gave us the food to hand over uh, to people in our group so that we can feed the cows. So we were feeding the cows. Some photographs were taken. So it was our first small halt. So some small breakfast halt. From there, we were again traveling along the Ness, and then there was a Loch Ness. This Loch Ness is an area which is completely water bound. There are two coasts, no doubt, but this Loch Ness is very big, very deep. So, how much long? So, it is 24 kilometers long and 700 feet deep. 700 feet deep is very big. So 700 feet means there are big fish and all those things. So it is a beautiful nest. Then from there, they took us to a place where there is Fort Augustus. So the Fort Augustus is a place where they made us to halt for some 4 or 5 minutes. We had some photos. We could not get down and uh, see it in details, but we could take some photographs of the Fort Augustus. Then they took us to a place where the nest just stops and a river again joins to it. So there we were given time for breakfast because it was just 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So we had beautiful breakfast there. Of course, we had our breakfast in the hotel, but just we checked in what all things are there. So we had some small breakfast there. From there, the next destination was Illandonan Castle. This is the castle which is photographed maximum during any tour that comes in that area. It is a beautiful castle. We have had very good photos of it. We had to buy the ticket, go inside. After going inside, we could see the weaponry, their kitchen, their bedrooms, and many things. The courtyard was there. There were some cannons inside. There were some guns inside. So all those things we could see. And after seeing all those things, we came out. and then along that there were some places to sit down. There was a river just flowing by the side. So we were waiting there. So people went inside. We all went inside. We came out. We had some good photographs. And then we were again to our next journey. Then along the river, we went to a new bridge. This new bridge is a new bridge that was constructed basically to connect left and right, or you can say north and south part of that river. So we crossed the new river. After crossing the river, we reached the Isle of Skye. Now, this Isle of Skye is nothing but it is a very tall mountain. We had gone in the month of May, so there was no snow. Otherwise, there is snow on that mountain, and they say that it looks like a old man's face. So we saw it from many directions. At one or two places we little bit felt that it may look like the face of a man, so we just had that view. From there, the there is a distillery, so they took us to a distillery. Then there was a waterfall near to this Isle of Skye itself. Then after going to that distillery, there was a place where there was a monument of old rail line, and then there was a, you can say, uh, memorable thing that was done was the people in those areas had absolutely nothing to communicate, so they were living a hard life. So the persons made bridges and all those things. So whatever they did, that has been put in there. We were in the distillery for some time, and then after that we were to go to the next place. Then en route we visited Kitrock, Lilt Falls, Loch Carron, and all those loches we could see. Loches, it means water bodies, very big water bodies. Then we saw the Inverness Castle after coming back. So this was a tour from morning 7 o'clock to about 6 o'clock in the evening. It was almost a travel of 500 kilometers, almost, because it was through the mountains. There was forest, there were mountains, there were bridges, there were lodges. So we could see all those things and come back. Then after coming back in the evening, we just went to the Inverness Castle. Then we walked through the High Street, then Church Street, Academy Street, Queen's Gate Street, then Victorian Market, East Gate. There were shopping centers in the East Gate, then High Street. We crossed the Loch River to walk on the other side. We could see beautiful things on the other side also. Then while crossing, we used all the bridges that were there: the Ness Bridge, the Friars Bridge, and the Black Bridge. There was a beautiful bridge in between wherein even we were allowed to walk, but there was no other vehicle allowed. Even cycles were not allowed. So that was a beautiful thing there. Inverness is a beautiful city basically. Then from there we were to go to Edinburgh on the next day. So the evening that we had, of course, the sunlight is up to 9:30. Fortunately, we did not have rains, so we could enjoy this entire tour, the greenery and the part that is there in the northern part of England. That is beautiful part. There are jungles, there is ness and all that. Beautiful area. So we enjoyed the tour. We enjoyed the city of Edinburgh. It was a beautiful city. We should visit Edinburgh just to enjoy that. Yes. Thank you very much for listening. And since you are listening, please like and subscribe so that I can give you some more things that you can see while you visit Inverness. Thank you. Thank you very much.